Hello friends. So today I will talk about virtual scrolling, how you can implement virtual scrolling, why we need the virtual scrolling. So let me start the project first. So suppose you want to create a long list and you want to show that data, and you also need to improve performance because you have 10,000 items. So if you load those 10,000 items directly in the DOM, definitely your application will going to hang and it will not work properly. So to resolve that problem, we can use the concept of virtual scrolling. So let me show you what we have implemented. So if you see here, let me check. Okay, what is the route for virtual scrolling? So let me open that route first. So if you see here, let me reopen. I think it was basic component. So as I mentioned here, like if we have big tape record, because sometimes in the in the enterprise applications we have lots of amount of data. So to handle that, what how we can handle that list, a long list. So here, what we have used. So here we have used CDK virtual scroll viewport. It display large list of element by rendering element fit on a screen. Loading hundreds of element can be slow in any browser, so that I already talked about. So that is why it is important to keep this thing in mind. So if you see here, we have used this Angular CDK here. So if we currently want how many items we have, if you see in the DOM, we have 7 items currently. So now as we have implemented the scroll also. So like if we move forward, like I'm scrolling, so now it is keep adding the items. And yeah, if you see here, I have a bit also removing the items. So how we implemented that thing? Yeah, it is very simple to implement. How you can implement that? So what you need to do, firstly you need to install the Angular CDK. So if you see here what I have installed, so here, firstly install the Angular CDK. And let me write it here also. So firstly, what you done? Firstly, you have installed the Angular CDK, and then what you can do? Then you can import that. You can import that thing in the app module. So let me just check. So now, if you see here what we have done, so next we need to update the module that we are using, and like where that component is. So if you see here, app module, under the app module, we can implement that thing. We can import the that scrolling module. And then what we can do after this, so if you see here, scrolling module, so here we imported the scrolling module. Then what we have done, so now we can import the selector. Now we can use the selector here. So this is a selector that we are using. I am writing this on the diagram because that way it is easy. If you are implementing that thing, that way it is easy for you to keep that, like what things we need to keep in mind, like uh, so that you will get more understanding of the project. So if you see here, so now we have use this CDK. This is selector that we are using. So in the selector, what things we require, like we need to define the item size. And here I just created a the dummy data. So if you see here what this data is, so here we created 100 items. So I have created 100 items. So we are displaying those 100 items. And if you see here, we are using CDK virtual for. And so we are printing that item. So in the item, what we have, if you see, let me show you the data. So if you see the data here, we have defined all this data and this is the item that we are printing. So it's also rendering here also. So with that, so we added some class, so just to style those things, just and so this example item we added so height and and we added this viewport height also border. So whatever like according to the requirement, you can put all those things in the model if required. So yeah, you can define all those things. So so this is all about basics of this virtual calling. So if you want to watch more videos like this and if you have any doubt, you can comment on video. Thanks guys for watching.